Chair, I'm going to move to the next topic. And just to note before we move to the next topic that, General, in this section that we just dealt with, dealing with Sergeant Nkosi, from paragraph 133, you deal with the Musa Kaula issue. So I'm not going to deal with that now. I think it makes more sense for us to look first at your relationship with Mr. Matlala, and then we'll turn to dealing with that issue after. So if we can go to page 44, so paragraph 140 of your statement. General, you'll let me know when you're there. And also don't forget your mics, your microphones. Microphone,
Sorry, they are on now.
Thank you, General. So, General, you explained to us that you met Mr. Matlala in 2016.
That's correct.
And you met him through a Mr. Mbilini, who
That's
was also a police officer at the time.
That's correct.
Now, when you meet Mr. Matlala through Mr. Mbilini, what does he tell you about Mr. Matlala?
He indicated his friend, and also he did business for him.
Excuse me, he did business for him?
Yes.
Was this during the time he was a police officer or?
No, he was no longer a police officer. He was doing this acid proofing construction. It's sort of a cement which they put for corrosion.
Okay, and when Mr. Mbilini tells you that Mr. Matlala is his friend, did you inquire any further into who Mr. Matlala is at that point?
No.
Okay, you just left it at he's a friend.
No. Yes.
All right. Then you say that you then occasionally met with Mr. Matlala, either because he would join you or because you would find him with Mr. Mbilini.
Yes.
Do you recall the frequency within which you met Mr. Matlala?
Mostly on Fridays, if I was not out of the province, because that time I was at the head office, I was still a colonel, and most of my job was going out to do an inspection. So Fridays, when Mbilini is this other side, we will go to that restaurant before we go home back at West Rand. So maybe once, twice a month, I can estimate.
So once or twice a month is fine. Do you have a sense of when you first met him in 2016? Because you say that after Mr. Mbilini passes away in November 2016, you stopped meeting with him. So do you recall when?
Because I had one photo with Mbilini and we were wearing warm. I think it might be around winter time.
May, June?
Maybe June, July is somewhere there.
And then at the point where there's you start to see Mr. Matlala more often, and this I mean that you now starting to find him there, or he comes and joins you. Did you think about looking into who he was for your own purpose or your own benefit?
No.
Okay, and in these discussions where Mr. Matlala joins you or you find them there, what were the discussions about?
They will talk about their work, and then also in general about life, sports, but most of the time the talk was between themselves.
Oh, so in these encounters, you would listen to them talk about their work, and sometimes there'd be general talk about other things.
Yes.
And then you say that you didn't look into him when you are now seeing him a lot more after you met him. Is there a reason why?
Yeah. In my lifetime, I meet lots of people. I don't look at them unless I have a reason.
I guess my question is, at this point, you're seeing him once, twice a month.
Yes.
So you just didn't see a need to?
No.
All right. And during these encounters in the early days, what did you make of Mr. Matlala?
One, he doesn't drink. Two, he doesn't talk too much. He likes laughing, commenting there and there, but he's not somebody who's talkative.
So he's not somebody who's talkative. Okay. Then you say you lost. So during this in 2016, you never exchanged contact details with Mr. Matlala?
I think we did, but we never phoned each other. I don't think we phoned each other in 2016 until we met again. We exchanged numbers, and then I think then we phoned each other.
When you say you didn't phone each other, does this mean that you also didn't communicate on any other platform?
No.
All right. And then you say that in 2016, after Mr. Mbelini's passing, you lost communication. Was that because in 2016, Mr. Matlala was in fact Mr. Mbelini's friend and not yours?
Yeah, and I stopped going there. I stopped passing by there and so forth.
All right. You then say that you regained contact with Mr. Matlala in 2019. In 2019, you say you accompanied Brigadier Modise to Mr. Matlala's premises for work-related purposes. When you say you accompanied Brigadier Modise, were you part of this investigation, or were you just accompanying him?
Yeah, it was investigation. He requested me to go with him there.
I'm asking if you were part of that investigation.
I has been part of it because I was the one who drafted the investigation plan because of those people who were involved, and I was asked from head office to be part of the province to assist with that grouping.
All right, so you were part of the investigation, and you say that the purpose of the visit was to talk about a person of interest in that very investigation, and you say that the information available was that Mr. Matlala was providing VIP security services for that particular individual. When you say from information that was available, what information was available on Mr. Matlala?
Information available on Mr. Matlala?
Yes.
Was that he was providing security to the person of interest whom we were looking for.
And was there any other information you're looking at, or because the subject matter was the person
No,
who he was protecting, you weren't
we're
necessarily
looking for that
looking into
person.
him?
We're looking for that person. And he indicated that he knows the person, and if he sees him, he will assist us. We exchange the numbers again. Fortunately, the person handed himself.
All right, so let's deal with your interactions then at that time with Mr. Matlala. You say you exchanged contact information. Who initiated this? The exchange of contact information?
It's us, me and the brigadier.
You and the brigadier?
Yes.
And the purpose was for him to assist you with
Yes.
locating this individual?
Yes.
And
Can
then
I
this,
just-
oh my
What is a person of interest, maybe in the context of your paragraph? Is it somebody who's a suspect in a case, in a criminal case? What do you mean when you say person of interest?
Yeah. Thank you, Commissioner. I chose to use that word for protection because the person is now serving some years and maybe might know. He was a suspect.
Yeah, I don't want a name. I just need to
Yeah.
know that when you say person of interest,
Yeah,
it's
you
a
wa-
suspect in a criminal case.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
You then say you exchanged information for purposes, so that you can ask him about locating this person. You then, of course, start to communicate with Mr. Matlala.
Yes.
Now, once you've done with the person of interest who handed them in, how did your communications with Mr. Matlala develop?
Telephonically, you will seek advice with something. I will also call to ask about certain information which I need on the line of my work.
When you say information in line with your work, what does that mean?
I'm an investigating officer responsible for organized crime. There is a lot happening, and he's in that industry whereby he's in the space of knowing lots of people. So I was hoping it won't go deeper than that for security reasons. Then as we work with security people, then you will ask, you will know of people who he might be knowing, more especially some incidents which are related in certain space. As I've indicated, I outlined a lot of things which I'm doing in line of my investigation. So dealing with organized crime, it needs a lot of penetration and infiltration of people and some good people, some bad people, in order to get information. It's not something which you can go randomly and get information which can lead you in being successful in doing what you are doing. So I didn't even want to go to that length.
Okay, General, when you say that, I understand that in the line of your employ, you have to, as you said, infiltrate and talk to people in various different lines of business, and you said good or bad. At this stage, what was Mr. Matlala?
That time was good for me. He was, in front of me, he was a good person. I didn't have anything against him. I didn't hear anything bad about him. And I have seen the business. I've been in his office. In first glance, the setup, office setup, you will see this serious business. I didn't have anything against him.
So, General,
In 2019, what business was this?
It was the same Cat VIP security service.
Thank you.
General, you say that he looked like a good person. This impression you derived from just how his business looked, that it looked like a serious operation?
Yes.
Did it occur to you to do even a preliminary check on him?
No.
Why not?
As I've indicated earlier, you should have a reason to start profiling somebody, meaning I must have a suspicion of some sort, or certain thing which was said, which I heard, or suspecting that he might be doing something wrong. Other than that, I will be profiling everybody I'm meeting, so I don't do that. Unless I have a reason. I can meet you, see you driving a certain vehicle, and your business and what you're driving and what you're wearing doesn't correlate. Then it can raise some eyebrows to say, hey, let me look at this one.
General, you said when you went to see Mr. Matlala in 2019, you went to his business premises to inquire about a criminal suspect that he was providing VIP services for. Was that not good enough reason that he's providing security to this criminal suspect who's later convicted and serving a long sentence? I mean, wouldn't you want to check on a person like that, firstly, to see if they are reliable, they are not associated with this criminal suspect, and the information they provide to you is not reliable? Won't those things, I mean, you say you are involved in investigation of organized crime. Organized crime is not one person, it's a group of people.
It's a group of people, yes.
So at that stage, why were you not interested in checking whether he's not involved with the very people that you are investigating?
Yeah, his cooperation and how he assisted us, it seems to be a clean person. It depends what way you looking for this person for, even though what we are looking that person for was very, very dangerous.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yes, was very, very dangerous, and was also a serious business person who was involved. Mostly the businesses will be those business people. But it was one incident, and we didn't think of maybe he might be involved with those particular persons.
General, but just a little earlier you said you continued talking to him because he could provide that kind of information.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's because you think he may know where persons of interest may be.
Yeah, he's well known, and he knows lots of people whom maybe myself and yourself won't get near to them.
Yes, to the answer that you gave to Commissioner Khumalo. So it wasn't one incident. You believe that he could give you information about others. Isn't that more reason to do a check on him, particularly because you are going to be seeking information from him?
Yeah, it's correct. If you see something linking to that particular person, then you check on person. And
General, is he not linked then
no.
to a criminal? Because you were saying he's providing security services to that individual.
Growing from a certain point and a place, knowing lots of persons, it does not necessarily mean you are a criminal. You might know lots of people by sight or by other people whom you met, and a lot of incidents which happens in particular places. There are those people who are in the know and who can inform you. Unless such time you feel they might be recruiting these people themselves. Well, if I can give an example, I had a person who was giving me information of a group who was robbing garages and shops. And later on, I have noticed that, no, I profiled the guy, I found that, because I've seen certain behavior, and I found that he's got a warrant of arrest. But still, I didn't arrest him until I finished the whole group. Then I arrested him because he's gonna start another group. So, but that time, with him, it didn't yet reach that stage that I was so suspicious of him or seen something which I can start profiling in order to check if ever he's not involved.
So, General, the fact that on your version he gave protection to somebody who was a subject or a suspect in a serious investigation, and you seem to intimate that he knows people and knows various incidents, it just didn't occur on you to even do a preliminary check?
No, providing security, it was his business.
I understand that, General. I'm saying looking at everything holistically. You say after that person, you continue to talk to him because he knows people, he knows places, he knows events, all of that.
Yes, and it was going to be of assistance of me to getting closer to him to get information as and when I want. But it didn't come to me that I must profile him that time.
At that time? Or at any time, really? It didn't occur to you that you needed to profile him at that time?
Yes.
Or any other time, for that matter?
Yeah, I thought we were talking when I met him and when I was engaging with him until certain period.
But we know, General, from your statement that you had never profiled him or run any kind of check on him.
No, I had seen his profile this 2025 late when all these things was coming out.
By then, General, that was when everything had come to head and he was getting arrested.
Exactly.
I just mean between 2019 and basically 2025, and no matter how frequently you chatted, no matter what kind of information he gave you, it simply never dawned on you between 2019 and 2025 to do a check on him.
Yes.
Thank you, General. You then say that the interactions were limited and informal. Do you have a sense of how many of those interactions took place?
Interaction telephonically,
Yes.
I can't say, because you will phone as there is a need, I will phone as there is a need. Meeting physically, for example, 2024, we met once.
2024, you met once at
At the party.
the party.
Yes.
Okay. And the calls, both the calls or the meetings, who would initiate? Who would initiate? Was it you who called him most of the time, or he called you most of the time?
No, we didn't have many meetings. As I said, it will be telephone calls. And then when we meet, like this one of 2024, I didn't know he will come. We met because I was invited, and not knowing he's also invited to the party. And then we met at the party. And then the other one, 2023, it happened, I was still at head office. I attended a meeting until late, and we happened to speak on the phone. I passed his office.
All right, thank you, General. And in terms of call, who called who more? Did you call him more, or was he calling you more?
I can't tell.
You can't recall? Okay. Just the sample is quite small because of the limited cell phone information we have from what the commission has been given. But if you go to CJC 86, which is at the beginning of file 3, where the chats are.
I am there.
You'll note from the calls that in relation to this phone and over, it's just a short period. It's a 5-month period. You called Mr. Matlala more than he called you. Right? And if you also go to...
How do we see that, Ms. Bowe?
My apologies, Commissioners. If you look at the, I want to say white, but perhaps gray, those would be the calls from General Shibiri to Mr. Matlala.
Is that page 1 to 4?
Page 1.
2 to 4?
4, yes. And then the green, where it says audio video call, those would be the ones that come from Mr. Matlala going to General.
I think it is actually white, not gray.
I yield.
And the green is probably lime.
Oh,
See, I'm one up on you. It's a lie to say women know colors. Yes, Ms.
Chair,
Bowe.
I was not trying to be technical because I didn't want to lose you, but I appreciate now that you're on it. General, if you also have regard to, I'm going to go to file 4 briefly. Page 6 of file 4. You will see there, it's a table. It's a summary of mobile data, record analysis. Can you see that?
Yes.
And just for orientation purposes, there is a column called call type. It will either say MOC or MTC.
Yes.
MOC is where General Shibiri would have initiated the call, and MTC is where Mr. Matlala would have initiated the call. You'll also see CF, which is call forwarding.
And where?
CF.
If you on that same page, the third one on the first, you say CF, call forwarding. Yes. And General, if regard is also had to this sample, again, I do appreciate that the sample is small, but if you look at the earlier WhatsApp conversations we given, it's evident there that most of your communications or the calls were on WhatsApp. So this represents the calls we could pick up from call data. And in that small sample as well, what you'll see is that you call him more than he calls you.
Maybe Ms. Bowe, for the record, you should say out of how many calls so much is initiated by the General and that much by Mr. Matlala.
I did a quick count, pages 1 to 4, and I see there are 10 by the General and 7 by Sergeant Gosi. Do you want to check that, General?
I'm on page 6.
Oh, I said, oh,
Page
I'm
62.
very sorry, Mr. Matlala, Mr. Matlala. I know I took you back to 1 to 4, which is where Ms. Bowe started.
I think it ends at page 8, where it says Mr. Matlala.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll leave what I was drawing your attention to. Please continue with your response.
So I counted 8 calls for me, 8 calls for Matlala, and there is 1 CF.
On our count, General, MOC, we count 9, and MTC, we count 8.
6, 7, 8.
My apologies.
I
we
still
included,
count 8.
Yes, we included 1 that wasn't.
I still count 8.
Yes. Yeah. So bearing in mind that it looks like the primary platform for your communication being WhatsApp, so looks like you call him more than he calls you.
Yeah, somewhere there will be a reason.
Okay, so
Sometimes
Those
you
calls were
call a person, you don't find him, you call again, or the person calls you, you don't find you, you call again. And like the one of the WhatsApp, I called on the 31st, and twice, because I was looking for an account. And he responded and he sent the account on WhatsApp. And on the following day, I called to find out if ever he received the money, and also WhatsApped the proof of payment. So it will depend. What are you looking for? For sometimes he'll phone you, asking something, you go and inquire, and phone back.
okay, General, since you want to go there, let's go to page 87 of file 4.
87 of 4.
So what this table is, it shows the call durations of those WhatsApp calls between yourself and Mr. Matlala.
I'm lost now.
Oh, my apologies. I'm going to ask somebody to help you. File 4,
File 4.
yeah, the one that had the...
I'm having
Yes.
it. It was only the page.
Oh, 87, my apologies.
87. I don't have 87.
You don't have 87?
Oh, it's here, yes.
See, General, you just said that sometimes he would call, ask you this, and then he'll go back and check, and you'd call back. If you have regard to the first call on the 30th,
Yes,
that was a 15-minute call
yes.
between yourself and Mr. Matlala. Correct?
Yes.
And then, so you say there you'd be calling. I suppose my question is, you seem to minimize how significant the calls were, but if you look at the first one, that was a 15-minute call. So it was a detailed conversation that you were having with Mr. Matlala. Do you recall what it was about?
Yeah, it was on the 30th. It
Yes.
was about the account.
For 15 minutes.
Yes, he was in a meeting and then made me to hold.
He was in a meeting and he made you hold for 15
Yes, he was
minutes.
coming back to me. Yes, he made me to hold.
General, that sounds improbable. And I'm assuming that you have quite the workload to be waiting for 15 minutes on a call, as opposed to just saying, call me back when the meeting is over.
Yeah, I don't know why didn't it come that I drop and whatsoever, but I waited and then he came back, but not exactly after 15 minutes. But we took a long time waiting for him to come back to me.
And General, you can see the time of the call, it was in the middle of the day, it was at 1.
Yes.
So I genuinely find that implausible.
But that is what happened.
That's your version. Then you go to the second call, which is on the 31st of December.
Ms. Bo, can I suggest that you give the year? We have it in front of us,
Oh.
but when we read the transcript in 2 months' time, we might struggle.
My apologies, Commissioners. This is in 2024. So this, on the 31st of December 2024, at 9:42, there's a 5-minute call. And you said earlier it was to check if Mr. Matlala received the money. Again, that's a 5-minute call. Sorry,
Yes.
General, when you shrug your shoulders,
Yes, I'm saying I don't run time. I can't remember what happened. Was he opening to check the WhatsApp and what? I don't run time, but that is what happened.
so you think what happened was you called him to check if he received the money, and
Yes,
he was
and-
opening his WhatsApp.
And thank him, yes. No, I'm not saying he was opening. I don't know. I can't remember.
General, I guess if the call was really, did you get the money, it doesn't explain why the call is 5 minutes.
I don't know. People greet each other. You don't just call and say you received the money and whatsoever. So I don't know. We greet each other, then we talk. You received the money, I just deposited and whatsoever, and they check. But hence I was saying, I can't tell what happened. But for me, the 5 minutes between people who knows each other is reasonable.
So the suggestion is because you know each other, people who know each other take long to greet each other. Bearing in mind you just spoke the previous day. It's not like it's like, haven't seen you in a long time, how are things, how are the kids?
Mina Mtsonga. Yeah, I greet the way I grew up, and he talks how he talks. So I don't know. I can't say what happened. But what I can say is I greeted, and then he greeted. I indicated what I wanted to indicate. I thanked him, and then our call ended.
All right, General. And just in relation to both calls, bearing in mind the call duration, and I referred to the one of the 30th as well, could Mr. Matlala have talked to you about the operation that was conducted at his place on the 6th? Because we know from evidence laid before the Commission that on the 6th, Mr. Matlala was visited by members of GCI Ops.
Funny enough, he never told me I had it from somebody.
So on both occasions, this issue never came up.
Which, the occasion of the 6th,
The calls, the 2 calls,
the 2 calls, on the 30th and
yes.
no.
But by then you knew that the operation had taken place. When these calls were happening, you knew that on the 6th of December 2024, there was an operation at Mr. Matlala's house.
Yes, I was told that there was an operation. But remember, on the 6th, I was sick.
No, I accept that.
Yeah, and then I think around 16, 17, that is when I became aware.
I want to ask you a follow-up question. You said earlier one of the reasons you were calling Mr. Matlala was because he had dropped your name to some people.
Yes.
He had told some people that he knew you, and that upset you. Did I understand you correctly?
That's correct, Commissioner.
I'm assuming these people are policemen. That's why it upset you. Because if he mentioned your name to a random person, you would have no reason to be upset.
Yeah, even to random, to say what he said, like his person or whatever, it will upset me. But that one I was told in January.
Why would it upset you that Mr. Matlala knows you and he tells another person that he knows you? Why would that upset you?
Yeah, if you say it in a good way, to say, I know Shibiri.
Yes.
I know the general. For example, he met with Nkosi and said, no, I know the general, phone him, and then he speak to me. But when you go around, you saying, I have my person, as if I'm like doing something, if you do something wrong, I can be of your assistant. That is what annoyed me.
And that's really where I'm getting at. That
Yes.
The reason you were upset with him was because he had told other policemen that you are his person, and that upset you.
Yeah, I was told by a policeman.
Exactly, that's
Yes,
my point.
in January, not in December.
Yes. But a policeman had told you that Matlala told them that you are Matlala's person.
No, told others, not him.
Who told who? I'm getting confused now. You said you heard this from a policeman.
Yes.
Who told that policeman that Matlala said you are his person?
No, I didn't ask who told him. But he said when they were interviewing him, he said you are his person. And then that is when I phoned and said, why did you say what you said?
When they interviewed him on the 6th of December.
I'm not sure when. I was told on the 24th of January, I think.
Yes, because the other time I think the police have an interaction with Mr. Matlala is in May 2025. So the interaction you are referring to can only be the interaction of the 6th of December 2024.
I'm not in disagreement, Commissioner, but it came to my attention in January.
I mean, if he says, and I don't know whether you're quoting verbatim what he's supposed to have said, if he says you're his person, I don't see why you would be upset, because as a matter of fact, you are buddies with him. You lend each other money. You have these many calls with him. You have told us earlier in your statement that you used to give him advice, including on personal legal matters. So it seems to me that he's not wrong if he tells people that you are his person. Is it in the language that he used? Is it something more specific that would upset you? Because you get upset as if I would understand being upset if you had nothing to do with him, but you actually do have a close relationship with him. Why would you be upset that he tells somebody that you are his person?
I have close relationship with lots of people.
Mr. Matlala too.
Yeah.
We are discussing Mr. Matlala.
Yes.
I expect in your work.
Okay, I have.
Let me finish, General, so that certain things don't become an issue in your answer. Take it or accept that you have close relationships with other people, including Sergeant Nkosi and other people in your social circle. So that's not the debate now or the conversation. My question is, this one person that you have a close relationship with, or more than, if it makes you more comfortable, you have more than an arm's length relationship. He's not a casual acquaintance of yours. He's given you money. You are speaking to him on a regular basis. You've given him advice. What would upset you that he tells people that you are his person?
Yeah. It angers me when he told the people that I'm his person, meaning I can protect him from any wrongdoing. That is what makes me angry, because that could never happen. And the issue of he gives me money, it's not like he gives me money when he sees me or whatsoever. He loaned me money which I paid back. And yes, he's a friend, but it's not a friend whereby we're going out together every weekend or going to parties together and so forth. So my anger was based on that, what was said, of which he denied. But I didn't take it. I said, but you cannot say, I'm your person, I can protect you from any wrongdoing. It can't. It can't be like that, because I will never protect anybody from any wrongdoing. If somebody commits a crime, is a friend of no friend, then I will arrest such person. And most of those people who knows me, they can't even start doubting or asking such questions to me because they know me.
Maybe you are that person that you would arrest him if he did wrong, but you surely cannot blame him given the nature of your relationship, how close it is. And I do want to underline, there is a financial relationship. It may be a once-off activity, if it is a once-off activity. It may be a loan, if indeed it was a loan, but you surely cannot blame him to form the impression, even if you didn't say anything to him, to form the impression that he knows the head of organized crime, who has this close relationship with him in the way that you've described it, for him to think that, because remember you've also advised him, including about personal matters and other legal matters, to form the impression or to hold the impression that you would come to his assistance if there were problems. We know what happened with Kaula. You forwarded to Nkosi to do something about it. So if Mr. Matlala were to come here and say, my relationship with General Shibiri is such that I had the impression that he would assist me if I run into trouble with the police, you cannot blame him for that impression. Do you want to comment?
Yeah, if it were me, I won't do that. People are different. But the inference to Kaula is different, whereby he's a victim. And it's my job to deal with crime. But I was referring to the instance where he's on the wrong, and then he expects me to assist him or to make sure that he cannot be arrested. You can assist anybody who is related to you, legally so. For example, getting him a lawyer, if it's necessary and whatsoever. We all have friends, we all have family members who sometimes can be in conflict with the law and need our assistance. And as human beings, we will assist each other. But my reasoning was, and what makes me angry, what I was trying to explain, is what was said to those people. So that is what made me uncomfortable to say, you can't say this and say, nothing will happen to me, I've got Shibiri. No, it can't be. I'm not his attorney, or I'm not somebody who can condone something illegally to happen and come and say to assist him. So I wanted to draw the distinction.
Can I put this to you for your comment? That You have the kind of relationship, and again, I want to underline, because at least where I'm sitting, it is very important that there's been this money exchange between you and him. A fact that we can't do much about, we can't delete it. Are you prepared to accept, you may not have thought about it at the time, but are you prepared to accept that the fact that there's been a money exchange from him to you may well create anxiety about your neutrality when it comes to matters dealing with Mr. Matlala? I mean, you've been a beneficiary financially from him. Even if you repaid him, you were in a bind at some point, according to you, and he assisted you. So there is a benefit that you got. So you've been a beneficiary of his generosity. Do you accept sitting there, General? You may not have thought about it then. Sitting there, do you accept that it is a cause for concern or it would be a cause of concern to anyone who has a complaint against Mr. Matlala to come to you and say, help me? They don't know you. I'm a citizen. I don't know anything about you. All I come to know is you're friends with Mr. Matlala and he gave you money when you had a problem. Are you able to accept that it would be reasonable for me to be concerned that I have an issue, I cannot go to General Shibiri about a complaint against Mr. Matlala because they are friends and he's given him financial assistance?
Yeah. I hear you, and yes, other people can take it like that and say, no, we can't go to him if we have something against Matlala because Matlala once assisted him. But if it was saying, I assisted Matlala for exchange of something, it will make it worse. It will make it genuine for those people to think like that. But anyhow, I can't think. Everybody will think the way they want to think. But yes, I agree with what you are saying. It put perception to other people.
Can I
Thank you, General.
just give you context? On the date of the raid on Mr. Matlala's house on the 6th of December 2024, you owed Mr. Matlala on your version 50,000 rand.
Yes.
Because you had only paid him 20 of the 70,000 that you owed him.
Yes.
Now, there is a suspicion that either you or Captain Nkosi, Sergeant Nkosi, tipped off Mr. Matlala on the 6th of December 2024 when there was a raid at his house. And when you say you were upset that he mentioned to those people, or later, not even on the day, but later, but certainly before January, that he mentioned to those people that they can't touch him because you are his person. That is the context. That's why it is a source of concern that head of organized crime owed Mr. Matlala money at the same time that Mr. Matlala was the subject of a criminal investigation. I hope you get the context and why it is concerning to all of us.
Commissioner, I know I won't go anywhere with this one because it is there. In context or not in context, I borrowed the money not knowing it's being investigated or whatever. But the way it is being pushed, so it won't end. So let me end it there. But I was not happy for the reason I mentioned. And when I borrowed the money, I didn't know it was a subject of investigation. And I borrowed it from, like any other person whom you know you could have borrowed money. So, yeah, I know it won't go anywhere. We can debate until tomorrow, but that is my stance.
Let us, are you finished, General?
I'm finished.
Thank you. Let's adjourn and resume at 2:10.